Good morning, geeks and gamers. Hello, we're here. I've got my old school Geeks and Gamers hoodie on today because I'm in Pensacola and I ran across it. I'm like, let's just go with the old school one, man. It's like, let's just talk about Solo losing money. Let's talk about Brie Larson. I told Ryan I was going to make like 12 Brie Larson videos this week, and I thought he was going to roll his eyes, but he's like, wait, you're going to make any videos? Let's do it. Let's go. So he was happy about that. Hi, Ryan. How are you?
Hi, Jeremy. I'm doing great. I mean, we might as well. We're still talking about Disney Star Wars struggles. We're still talking about the Marvels coming out. And man, oh man, who would have possibly predicted that the media was completely full of shit when they ran with the $130 million Marvels budget? Oh, it turns out it's
Yeah.
over twice that and still counting.
Yes.
Absolutely
100%.
wild.
I see the 199 Oplas in the chat. So we have another abbreviation that's been turned into a meme. That's becoming a standard on this show. Are you familiar with the Opla?
How would you use it in a sentence?
Somebody was talking about the Opla. Opla doesn't have a lot of the fans of Opla. Are a lot of the
One
fans
Piece
of,
live action.
yes, there you go. Yeah, it's a super chat that came in, but Beardo didn't know what Opla meant, so he didn't say like One Piece live action. He said Opla. So now here we are with
Opla.
now we have Praise Ara and Opla. So there you go, Opla.
That's right.
Shout out to the Opla. JB says, "Ah, man, I missed the meme from yesterday." Oppenheimer. Opla is amazing. Just, well, I mean, what are you gonna do? It's the internet. It's the internet. But yeah, shout out to our boy Nerdrotic for getting his video put back up after getting a ridiculous strike yesterday. So he got a strike.
To be clear, it was not a strike for like content or community guidelines. It was some salty little fucking piece of shit that was mad that they looked like shit in Gary's video.
Yes.
It was a copyright takedown strike. It was illegal. YouTube got it fixed very quickly.
Yes. And yeah, it really is. It really is sad that the system can continue to be abused over and over again. But I'm glad that everything got worked out. But yeah, Gary did get a strike for a brief, a couple of hours, I think is how long it lasted. And the video was taken down for a few hours.
Yeah, not that long, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but all is well now. Shout out to all of you and the fellowship and the 199 for stepping up, giving that a signal boost, because that's what we're fighting, man. We're fighting these pathetic people every single day. And I'm really, really happy that Gary got everything taken care of, because operating a channel with a strike is a very, very stressful thing. It really is. And I don't know, man.
I saw a lot of the degenerates, right? I saw a lot of these freaks, these little fucks who watch every single one of our videos and have for the last 3 or 4 years, desperately trying to get people to notice them. That are like, here it is, boys. It's time to flag all of his videos and get him taken down. And it gets restored like immediately by YouTube.
Yep. 100%. Same thing that happened to us, when we literally said, hey, pretty sure this is just a mistake on YouTube's part, so we're going to go through the processes. And you saw all the people that hate us just going crazy, thinking this is their moment, because they live in such a bubble that they think that they think we're the worst people on the planet. But reality is when you actually look at the facts, when you actually go through the process, everything works out. But it still was it's very stressful, I'm sure, for Gary. And yeah, I'm glad everything got worked out. But
yeah,
sorry
to disappoint the losers. Sorry to disappoint the fucking degenerate, furry, pronoun in bio, trans flag in your profile freaks, right?
Yes.
Who are probably just counting your remaining days here on Earth by how many tablets of Wellbutrin you still have. I'm sorry that you weren't able to take us down.
Yep. I mean, that's what they live for too, man. They sit around just waiting for their most hated YouTubers' channels to get in trouble. What a fucking weird group of people, man. But again, pronouns in bio. What do you expect from pronouns in bio? Pronouns in bio means you are mentally ill. That's all that means to me. And so thank you for at least letting us know up front. That's the best thing you can do. All right. Ellie Reen says, "What do you mean? I Opla." God damn it! Hang on, it moved on me. All right. Let's see. What do you mean? This is from Ellie Reen. I Opla you. I Opla he, she, me. Opla. Oplology, the study of Opla, the first grade, Jeremy. Jesus Christ. This is what our chat's going to become today. That's all it's going to be. Thanks, Beardo. Appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. At least Ryan has to read most of them, not me. Praise be Ara. This is Opla for the win. Opla the Beardo. Oh, boy. Here we go. We're off to a good start today. Jay's saggy orangutan titties. Have you heard? Are you aware of this one?
I've heard that profile get read on a super chat before, but I assume it happened on Tuesday night's main event.
It was because people were bringing up Krista and the whole orangutan throwing the possum. Yeah. So she's like, I don't like orangutans. I'm like, why? She goes, they have long TDs. They have long titties.
Orangutans do look fucking weird, dude. Like there's no lie detected there. Orangutans look weird as shit. So they look like gorillas that changed colors and went on a diet. Now they just got a bunch of extra skin.
Oh man. Let's see. Nagranos says Karen can expect something in the P.O. box by Monday. Noted. I will let Karen Nova know. Beardo Opla's The Long Way, and Jeremy can't stop thinking about it. Hail 199. That's from Gary's Beard Crabs. Love the channel, and Ahsoka is mid as fuck. Jeremy, Google One Piece, probably One Piece, to get through the filler in the anime. Oda is
I think it's one, like if you Google One Piece, that's like the list of shit. It might be the one that removes the intro and the outro and all the filler, and you could just watch it straight through.
So he typed it correctly. One Piece. Okay.
I believe so. I am the resident anime expert, and I believe that's my answer.
Send all of your recommendations to Ryan Kennel via Super Chat. He loves it. It means the world to him. But have you watched One Piece yet, Ryan?
No.
You hear how enthusiastic he said that? So you're just never gonna watch it? Is this a Cobra Kai situation? I told your ass for fucking years to watch Cobra Kai, and you were like, "No, I don't care."
There's too many people telling me to watch it. If people would fucking calm down a little bit, maybe I'll watch it. But like, I'm not just going to do it because.
I respect that. I respect that because that's what I told you about. What was that show? The fucking animated show. Rick and Morty. There was like a 2-year span where I couldn't do anything without people going, "Hey, Jeremy, have you seen Rick and Morty? Have you seen Rick and Morty?" I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about? Like, I'm so tired of having people tell me that this show is a thing I have to watch. And it got to the point where like, you don't watch Rick and Morty. I'm like, no, but yeah, it is what it is.
So that's pretty much what it, and that to me, I've watched a little bit of Rick because I had a lot of people saying that too. I went over to a buddy's house, watched it for a little bit. I'm like there's some funny parts, but I wasn't obsessed with it like everybody else was.
Yeah, it was really bad. But Ryan did ultimately watch Cobra Kai and he loved it. So, so great. And yeah, One Piece is up there with like the first season of Stranger Things. It's that damn good. And I know you haven't seen Stranger Things either. You should at least just watch the first season of Stranger Things and never watch anything else because that's the perfect season of television.
Maybe I'll just watch the 4th season. Reacting to just the 4th season of Stranger Things without like any idea. That would basically just be like watching Ahsoka, right? Like funny. Not having any idea who the characters are, why they care about each other, or why this should pay off for you.
Yeah. That'd be pretty funny, actually. So what is going on with Ahsoka these days? I hear some issues.
Well, I mean, it's basically just confirming what we said a month ago. If you remember, weeks ago, when Samba TV came out with those initial ratings for Ahsoka, and again, Samba TV measures households that are viewing something, and it's really only helpful to compare it to other things that Samba TV measures. But when they came out with the initial premiere, the first 6 days of Ahsoka, we got some interesting data. New data reveals Ahsoka's weak viewership versus Star Wars other shows. And this is that graphic that everyone was sharing around there. Of course, it resulted in Lucasfilm and Disney coming together to release for the first time their total views that they got on Ahsoka on a global scale over a week. And they said that was at 14 million views, and they could not be happier. The problem was there's nothing to compare it to. You couldn't be like, oh, well, it did better than this, did better than that, did worse than this, because it's the first time they released anything. And a lot of people try to say this is just bullshit. It can't be true. It couldn't have done worse than Obi-Wan and Book of Boba Fett and Mando Season 3. Well, now the Nielsen ratings are here, and that's actually exactly what we're finding out. Nielsen streaming top 10. Suits takes first place. Who is Aaron Carter debuts at number 2. I don't know who the fuck who is Aaron Carter, but it did beat Ahsoka in ratings. But Ahsoka is down at 5th. Now, 829 million minutes watched. That certainly seems respectable. That seems like a decent number, especially when you consider that Mando Season 3, its Season 3 debut when it got on the Nielsen streaming was right around the same, 823 million minutes watched. But unfortunately, you need to dig a little bit more into it because there's a reason. I said this from the beginning. There's a reason Ahsoka debuted 2 very long episodes, and it was so it could build up these numbers. When you take the way they do this to get the total viewers just for something like Obi-Wan, look at what they did here. Obi-Wan Kenobi racks up huge premiere audience. Nielsen says more than 11 million people watched both shows in their opening weekend. You go down here to Obi-Wan. The Obi-Wan premiere averaged 11.18 million viewers, which is the million minutes watched divided by the 53-minute runtime of the episode. When you do this for Ahsoka, you start to discover the truth. In 3 days, Obi-Wan Kenobi had over 11 million people tune in. In 6 days, Ahsoka had 8.6 million people, right? That's a significant difference. 3 days versus 6 days, 11 to 8. But what about these other things? What about, I don't know, say Book of Boba Fett? Book of Boba Fett debuted. Only had like a 39-minute episode, a 1-episode debut, and only got 389 million minutes watched. But when you factor in the runtime, that averages out to 10 million people on a 4-day window compared to 8.6 million for Ahsoka. What about Mando Season 3? They actually did isolate just the numbers that they got from the Mando Season 3 debut, right? 57% of the 823 million minutes watched, but the episode was 42 minutes long. That averages out to, in a 5-day period, 11 million people. Yet Ahsoka over 6 days, 8.6. So it's telling us exactly what these numbers said. These numbers were an accurate representation of Ahsoka compared to everything else. When you just look at the million minutes watched, a lot of that depends on how long the runtime is. A lot of that depends on how long it's been on the air. Like Ahsoka came out on a Tuesday, whereas Obi-Wan came out on a Friday, and they only measure through Sunday. But when you put all of it together, it's clear and obvious if you do a little bit of research and a little bit of math that Ahsoka is significantly less than these other shows.
So I'm gonna quote a great man, Dennis Green. She is who we thought she was. That is exactly, and most people are not going to understand that reference at all. But Ahsoka is who we thought she was. A very popular character within a very small audience. That's essentially what she is, and there's nothing wrong with that. By the way, that's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with the fact that she's a popular character within a small audience, but it's a small audience. She has been put in this position as a character and elevated by Disney and Lucasfilm to become the face of Star Wars. And that's just not who she is. That's not who she was ever going to be. That's not who she was intended to be. And because they have destroyed so many other characters, this is kind of in their eyes, their last hope. And this is the disaster. This is a disaster from a perspective of what they were attempting to make this character out to be. And I've said this many times, like there's 2 different ways to look at this. And again, I haven't seen the show. I'm not planning on watching the show, but I do feel that there is a genuine discussion around the show from genuine Star Wars fans. It doesn't feel the same as the sequel trilogy in a lot of ways, where all it was if you don't like it, you're racist and sexist and blah, blah. Now it's like, well, maybe you should. A lot of people are like, well, have you seen Rebels? Have you seen Clone Wars? If you're criticizing it, and a lot of people that have seen Rebels and Clone Wars are criticizing it, to be clear. But a lot of people that love the show are fans of Rebels and Clone Wars. And that to me feels more like a prequel, kind of discussion from fans. But the problem is Disney has elevated this show to be their flagship. That was their intent. This is going to save Star Wars, guys. This is going to be the greatest thing ever. Ahsoka doesn't need a fucking movie. She doesn't need her own fucking movie. But she's getting it.
She's had 7 seasons of Clone Wars. Yeah. She's had, multiple arcs in Rebels. Yeah.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. So, I mean, this is the problem, is Disney doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with this universe, and they are desperate for anything to get traction, and they have oversold this character to be something that she never was intended to be in the first place, and she has no business being a flagship character. And so for that reason, based on their positioning, the show has become a colossal failure from that perspective. No one was talking about the ratings for Rebels or Clone Wars, because it was never positioned to be this end all be all. It was like, we knew what it was. It was kind of a niche thing within the Star Wars thing, or within the Star Wars universe. It's the same as what Andor, for all practical purposes, was, even though Disney had nothing left. Like, it wasn't like Disney was positioning Andor. Remember that? Like, the marketing, nothing like that. They weren't elevating Andor to be like the next, wonderful adventure or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, the Andor was exactly what it was supposed to be. It was a niche. The problem
they didn't try to overhype it or anything.
Right,
yeah.
right. And Ahsoka is something that has failed because of Disney's mismanagement of positioning this character to be the savior of Star Wars, when she has never been that and never was going to be that.
Now, what I will say is, this is the premiere, the first 2 episodes that came out. There was a lot of marketing. There was a lot of hype. They rolled out stuff at the theme parks. They did special screenings. They did everything they could, right, to get this off the ground. It didn't go off the ground swimmingly. Who knows what it's sitting at now? Who knows if Anakin coming back, what that's done? I think that's really tough to judge from our perspective right now. When you look at social media, for the debut, it was massive, but the numbers don't back it up, because of the demographics associated with this, because of how active some of these fans are on social media. So maybe the return of Anakin, maybe Thrawn, maybe that'll give them a boost. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see and kind of determine that a little bit later. But for right now, these numbers, the Nielsen, everyone said, got to wait for the Nielsen. Okay. You can try to spin them if you want, but when you break it down by how many people watched, it reflects exactly the same thing that the Samba numbers do. And that's that it doesn't have the big reach that those other shows did. I don't like Nielsen because they have a small sample size. I think they only use like 20,000 TVs or something like that. They also, it doesn't really factor. Say if somebody's watching it multiple times, right? Like, if somebody watches this show multiple times, that will get factored into Nielsen. Wouldn't necessarily get factored into Samba. So there's pluses and minuses of everything, but you got to go with what we can. And both of them tend to back each other up in terms of ratings. Looks like to be the case with Ahsoka.
Yep. So, I mean, they get what they deserve. Again, Star Wars is never coming back in any capacity that you saw it to be. And that's where my faith has just completely shifted. I don't think it's ever getting saved in any capacity. I don't think it can ever come back. I don't think it can ever be relevant. I have more faith that Halo could become relevant before Star Wars could become relevant. And we've all seen how many times they've failed to do that. And I don't just mean like the TV shows or anything. I mean the gaming franchise. Like, Halo hasn't been relevant since Halo 3, really. I guess I loved Reach, but at that point, Halo had fallen off by Reach. I believe Halo could become more back to its relevancy before Star Wars could. And that says a lot, because I don't really think that can happen either. But Star Wars is done. It's dead. It's over. and it's because they have mismanaged everything, and they deserve the position they are in.
Yeah, we'll see what happens as it plays out. But definitely the data backs it up. All the people that were screaming, look, they said 14 million. What I said at the time is I think that 14 million number could be legit globally over a week, which if you had 8.6 million about from the United States plus whatever you have overseas, I think 14 million could be an accurate representation. The problem is that number means nothing when you've never released anything before. Because the truth is, if you had revealed the numbers for, say, Obi-Wan, it was probably like, I don't know, 25, 30 million compared to 14 million for Ahsoka. You know what I mean? Yep. And that's the big problem. Yep. And now you've seen they have released numbers for The Little Mermaid and for Elemental. And what were those? The Little Mermaid, they said, I think they said like 16 million 16 million views or something for Little Mermaid. And then Elemental, they said 26 million views for Elemental. So a movie that lost money at the box office, Elemental needed to hit about $600 million to break even. A movie that lost money at the box office debuts on Disney Plus and gets twice the views Ahsoka got.
And so what does that tell us about the Ahsoka? This is a movie, right? Dave Filoni is supposed to be directing an Ahsoka movie, correct? It kind of finishes off this...
a Mandoverse movie.
Okay, so Mandoverse movie. But Ahsoka's going to be the... I imagine the idea was supposed to be... Who's supposed to be the face of this movie? It's got to be her.
Certainly not Pedro, not his face.
Yeah, like, so I would have to imagine it would be Ahsoka being the central focus of that. And what this tells us, Mandalorian Season 3, people hated it. And it, you know, the interest level has gone away for a Mandalorian. Now you're seeing Ahsoka again. I have no problem acknowledging that there are people out there that like this show. That's fine. That's fine. Like, I'm not disputing that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I have no problem with it. And I understand why a lot of people are liking it, considering I'm a fan of Clone Wars and Rebels. I get that. It doesn't change the fact that it's a failure. Just like me admitting that it's a failure doesn't change the fact that there are people out there that like it too. And I think it's genuine people that are liking it. I don't think that it's people that I've been battling with the sequel trilogy and all of those fucking freaks. I think it's genuine Star Wars fans out there that like it. And I also think genuine Star Wars fans hate it for their own reasons that are justified. But it is a failure.
As of right now, we'll see what happens in the long run for sure.
Yeah. This movie is interesting. So, I mean, you got a Rey movie in production. You've got a Mandoverse movie in production. And what's the other one? That was.
You've got Origin of the Jedi with James Mangold. You've got Taika Waititi basically says, yeah, I've handed in like a bunch of drafts and none of them are good enough. Basically, like, I don't think I'm ever going to get my Star Wars movie done.
Yeah.
You got other stuff that's in the works too. But did you see that? David Goyer and
I did. I saw that interview.
Josh
Horowitz, is that his name?
Who else was supposed to do it? Was it Guillermo
Del Toro? Yeah,
Guillermo it was Del Toro was supposed to be the fucking director.
They like do you have that clip pulled up? I think I can find it. I think I bookmarked it. I can't remember, but yeah, David Goyer on a podcast like 2 days ago, right? Was it? He and you could tell, like, basically he was like, yeah, they're fucked at you. They're fucked at Lucasfilm. You have
like, let's see if I can find it because I know.
I think it was Josh Horowitz is the guy that was interviewing him. I think.
Here we go. I got it. Guillermo del Toro retweeted this, which is why, like, so here's the thing. David Goyer wrote a Star Wars movie to be directed by Guillermo del Toro that we'll never see. I'm going to need a minute. We'll listen to the clip here.
I wrote an unproduced Star Wars movie that Guillermo del Toro was going to direct.
Stop it. Wait, David, I have 6 follow-ups. What?
Yeah.
When? Well, tell me something.
That was about 4 years ago. And then I also wrote an unproduced, I have a scriptment for an Origins of the Jedi movie, also for Star Wars, that I wrote for them, that took place 25,000 years before the first Star Wars film. So that would have been. I got to do the Vader Immortal VR thing, but dabbling in Star Wars, would have been fun for me.
What happened? Guillermo and Star Wars and you seems like a no-brainer to greenlight. What happened?
There was just a lot of behind stuff going on at Lucasfilm at the time, but it cool. Have you had Guillermo on the show? Yeah. I should look that up. You have to ask him about that next time he's on. It's a cool script.
Holy crap, man.
And so he says true. Can't say much. Maybe 2 letters. J and BB. Is that 3 letters?
What the fact that they missed this opportunity just kind of shows you the state of the leadership of Lucasfilm under Kathleen Kennedy. What a disaster, man. What a disaster.
Now he does say that was like 6 years ago, right? So that would have been in the lead up to The Last Jedi. You know what I mean? So you're talking a long time ago, and who knows how many pitches came in. And obviously, we know Zack Snyder's entire thing, his Rebel Moon thing, is based on his pitch for Star Wars that they didn't want. Who knows during that time frame how many people were pitching what? But it is pretty wild. Just so many things, even the things they announced, right? The Kevin Feige movie, the Patty Jenkins movie, that ended up just getting shit canned. The Rian Johnson trilogy that they'll never, ever officially cancel. So just wait till everybody associated with it dies.
I guess so.
In 2090, when Rian Johnson passes away, they're going to be like, well, we're sorry you never had time to make this movie.
We really wanted to try to get to that one. Unfortunately, Ryan's no longer with us, but, we appreciate it.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh man, what a disaster. But yeah, that's Lucasfilm for you, man. That is the state of Lucasfilm. God, man, I'll never forget how excited I was in the lead up to The Force Awakens. I'll never forget, I can't remember when the trailer for Rogue One came out, and this is back when it was called Star Wars Anthology Rogue One. This is before they called it a Star Wars story, which sounds mega gay compared to anthology. You know what I mean? Star Wars Anthology sounded awesome. Rogue One. And they just played this little bit of a I can't remember if it was actually what was it? It was just a little quick teaser, and it was kind of emphasizing war, in Rogue One. And my excitement level was just so damn high for everything they were doing. I'm like, man, they're knocking it out of the park. This is going to be the greatest thing ever.
What's wild was even then they had so much chaos on that movie. When you look at directors and stuff, that's in the fucking beginning.
Yep.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe the Lucasfilm Civil War was even going on in 2017, Jeremy. Maybe it goes all the way back to 199. You never know.
It started at 199. I saw someone in the chat say, "Hail Titanfall 2 peeps." Hail. That's right, baby. Titanfall 2 is back. I can't believe it. Of all the things that you would have told me, Jeremy, do you think randomly Titanfall 2 would become reborn? I never would have believed that. I can't believe they've done this. I can't believe it. But
Titanfall 2 is basically like Ahsoka. Not a massive audience, but they keep bringing that bitch back, don't they?
Ain't no keep. They've one time, Ryan. Oh, Titanfall is the greatest game ever made. Ryan, you got to play Titanfall.
Ahsoka's only been resurrected 3 times. Am I gonna play Titanfall?
You gotta play Titanfall 2, bro. It's fucking crazy. Everybody that plays that game loves it, but it is a learning curve. There's a learning curve.
I have played it before, but I'll put it on as soon as I get done with One Piece. I'll check into Titanfall.
Dude, it's made Fortnite unplayable. It made Battlefront unplayable for us. It's so much better than every game, every FPS game. Nothing.
Battlefront's not even about the combat. Battlefront's about the experience. You know what I mean?
Yes,
the fact that it's all the theming and the characters and the music and all that shit. That's really what Battlefront's about.
The mechanics for Battlefront's always kind of been a little wonky for Battlefront 2. Yeah, really
time to die because of how many shots you got to put on target for it drives me crazy. I've never liked the mechanics surrounding Battlefront, the new Battlefront games.
Yeah, 100%. So, I might be running Titanfall 2 later tonight after Cobra Cast. We'll see.
Grandmaster Chris, I'd pay to have G&G not stream Titanfall.
There's not a dollar amount. There's not a dollar amount. Couldn't pay me to not stream it.
Dante Rage for 10. I can't wait for Opla Season 2. So we could possibly get Chopper and maybe hit a Frankie at the end. A Brock Lesnar Popeye cyborg wannabe with a pompadour and a Speedo. The anime gets retarded funny. There you go. I thought you were talking about Chopper like Star Wars. Sophie for $11 Peruvian, I think. Hail chat, no spoilers, but which One Piece arc emotionally destroyed you? Press 1, Arabasta, 2, Water 7, 3, Thriller Bark, 4, Paramount War, 4, Dressrosa, 6, Other. Jeremy, sorry for spamming your Twitter with One Piece videos.
It's all right. You're never gonna hurt my feelings on that. I have been enjoying the anime. I got to get further. It's just a grind, and I have not looked up this the filler thing. I know like Hailstorm's watched like almost all of it, and he skipped the filler. Yeah, there's a lot of answers in the chat now. So there you go.
Elstrom for $10, or E Hellstrom, I guess. I agree with Jeremy. Star Wars is not coming back to its former heights. The only fans left are Filoniverse fans. And that is the thing. If you like Dave Filoni's storytelling, there's a decent chance you're going to like Ahsoka. But if you don't like it, there's a really high chance you're not going to like it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just how Ahsoka is. I think the idea of Dave Filoni handling an intellectual tactical genius like Thrawn, I don't think it's suited for that. I didn't think it worked in Rebels, but it's kind of, you can forgive some of it because it is cartoon, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's not a super in-depth whatever, 22 minutes. You can kind of forgive it. In a live action version of Thrawn, I don't think that's the right person to have tackle the character.
Did you have a problem with the casting?
I'm not as massive a fan of Lars Mikkelsen's voice as some other people, but I think it's fine. I think his voice should probably be a little bit deeper because I've been used to been the portrayal of Thrawn before that. But Lars's portrayal of Thrawn voice-wise, I don't think is terrible. My problem with is how he looks. And Lars Mikkelsen, I've never seen him be fat, but he looks fat in this. And more than anything, it's like his posture. He doesn't feel intimidating at all. Thrawn, whether you want to look at the books that came out before Disney bought it, or whether you want to look at the books that came out after Disney bought it, and combined with his appearance in Rebels, the idea that Thrawn would let himself slip and look sloppy and his pants look like, that's not Thrawn. He would keep himself in shape. This is a guy who was a non-alien in a xenophobic empire, right? A non-human in a xenophobic empire. He needed every possible advantage he could. He needed to demand respect and get respect from everyone, and that included his physical appearance, how he carried himself, how he held himself, the standards he kept his other crew members up to. The fact that he looks sloppy and fat and out of shape, and like his uniform looks like shit, that's not Thrawn. It's just not. And he doesn't look intimidating at all.
And somebody just said what I was going to say, but I mean, from a fan casting standpoint, Benedict Cumberbatch has always been the kind of guy that people wanted. And
for
I think
10 years,
his presence, with his voice, with the way he presents himself,
the shape of his face.
Yes. Yeah. That's the perfect casting right there. Perfect. And he clearly would have been probably quick to jump at the opportunity, considering the MCU is dead as well. So he'd probably need to move on to another dead franchise. He'd have a lot of experience within it. But yeah, that would have been perfect. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah,
it really doesn't matter because it still would have been dog shit.
It matters to me, but
what I'm saying though is even if they had the right casting, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have saved.
Yeah,
you say Dave Filoni
without writing doesn't matter. So
yeah.
And there's a lot of things I have questions about, like in that episode. I will sit there and be like, maybe they will explain this, and this. We'll see. There's some things that they could explain, but I feel like a lot of this has just been write your own story. Choose your own adventure. We're not going to explain any of this, and we're going to let the fans fill everything in.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Doug B for $20. What's up, Doug? What's up, chat? Love that jacket, Jeremy. Ryan, our Bears suck even more than usual. I mean, what can I say except I've been telling people about Justin Fields for a long time, and now you got coaches that are being raided by the FBI. It's a mess. But thank you, Doug.
He has been on the anti Justin Fields bandwagon for a while.
Yes.
You better give me credit for being on the Pro Tua bandwagon for a while, because once he becomes the MVP and a Super Bowl winner, everybody's like, Jeremy jumped on the bandwagon.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what Tua does.
MVP, Super Bowl, let's go.
Where are we? We got a couple member messages. Suns and Shadows member for a month. Thank you for the great content, crew, and inspiration. We just broke 10K on our indie podcast. Love all you crazy nuts. Hail the 199. Ara and Apla. Thank you, Suns and Shadows. And then gives 5 Geeks and Gamers memberships to the community. Thank you very much.
Thank
Suns
you.
and Shadows.
Thank you.
Dom, our man Dom with 10 Geeks and Gamers memberships.
Dom. What's up? Thank you guys for the gifties. Dropping those gifties in here. We appreciate
Probably
it.
a rough night for Dom. I think he's a Giants fan. So thoughts on fitness with Nigel, member for 4 months. A Brie appearance on G&G Daily could save the Marvels. What about it, guys? Legit comment. Well, she's not allowed to come on promote the Marvels because she's still on strike. Otherwise, she would have, obviously. Furry meat curtains. Member for a month. Disney needs to Ahsoka D's nuts. It's trash. I've watched all of 1 episode of The Mandalorian, and that's it. Disney shit Clown Wars sucks. Thank you. Nick Day, member for 2 months. Thrawn looks more like Benedict Cumberbatch in real life. Yes, he does. Jay's gaping butthole, member for 5 months. The shills don't know Thrawn is Chiss. Had to excel to get in that position. Shill faces are fill in the blank, still binging. Thank you, Jay's gaping butthole.
Why does MCU fan feel the necessary to mention Krista when she's not even here? Can you explain that to me, chat? And he's calling the chat clowns. I don't know why you feel the need to bring up Krista when she's not even here, MCU fan. Seems like a problem you have, but whatever. I'll leave that to you and your therapist or whatever the hell you have to deal with.
Dr. Quagsire for $20. In a galaxy far, far away, a droid lulls an adult Ahsoka in the bay. Many girl bosses arrive. Mando's Jedi, Sith come to stay. 10-year anniversary after purchase, George will roll in his grave. Prophecy from 199 Star Wars Celebration. Well, it's already been 10 years. I hope George lives for eternity. He didn't look great in a couple. I think I shared that video the other day of like him just looking real slow, and like the security guard, don't overwhelm him. Don't overwhelm him. I was like, oh my God, it's sad.
I haven't seen that video. I'm not sure I want to.
You don't?
Yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Don't want to see it.
People get old.
Here's something you don't want to see, but Arudai definitely likes corn the long way. So
the hell?
Arudai definitely likes corn the long way. Shout out to G&G Tabletop. Man, Arudai, I didn't. That's really bad. That's really, really bad.
So stupid.
Oh, it's great. Damn it, X-Ray Girl crushing it.
Steven Wasick for 20. Don't stream Fortnite. Don't stream Titanfall. Don't stream Mario Kart. There's just no pleasing some people. Like MCU fan who thinks Solo made money. Star Wars is totally fine if Rian Johnson is still making his trilogy.
I heard that. Yeah, like that's the internet, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like everybody sharing their opinions and letting us know what you want to see and what you don't want to see. The more you guys are sharing what you think, the more it gives me information to make the best decision. But it's got to be something I'm passionate about. Like, I mean, I do like Fortnite. I don't think I play Fortnite at all. Maybe a member stream since Titanfall 2 came back. But we will play more Fortnite because now I'm seeing. It's funny because now we're not playing Fortnite. People's like, we miss Fortnite. It's like, yeah, well, it's gonna always change. We got to kind of keep things fresh. Titanfall 2 will replace Battlefront for at least the next few weeks on Wednesdays. And then we'll kind of see how those streams go. And Wednesday's always been kind of a rotating stream. We were playing Fortnite on that night, then we moved it to Battlefront. Battlefront's been great. But we're going to now take advantage of Titanfall 2 being back, and then we'll kind of see what happens from there.
There you go. Let's see. Where the fuck did I go? Jim Watari for 10. Is Jay Luffy? Is Krista with an orange wig Nami?
Yes, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the context of the question is. I like how Jay called him Luffy. I mean, if you see his name, it does look like it's Luffy. But yeah, he was like Luffy in his video. It's Luffy.
He didn't read it. He watched it, right?
Huh?
He watched the series.
Yeah.
How did he not know what his fucking name was?
Because it's Jay. Because it's Jay. What do you expect? It's Jay.
Yeah. Doug B for 10. Rumor has it Benedict said he'd never paint his face blue for a role. I remember that going around because there was a lot of people that he was getting asked about it, and he said that. And it's just, they're like, oh, we really want Lars to return because he was the voice of Thrawn in Rebels. It's like you didn't have that same energy with Ashley Eckstein, when it comes to Ahsoka.
Which I still think she still should have been. She was always my top choice, but I don't care.
Think, again, I have no idea what Ashley Eckstein's acting chops are like live action. That kind of matters, right? Lars has been a live action actor. Lars Mikkelsen has a career. I don't know if it's the direction or whatever, but I feel like they could have got a lot more out of him than they did. I don't know if you saw some of the screenshots that were floating around.
I saw some screenshots. I saw like beer belly Thrawn and all this stuff. Dad bod Thrawn. I saw all those memes. Yeah, posture looked really bad.
Like Boba Fett. But at least some are more, like that was kind of a last minute thing though, right? We heard all that stuff that it was not necessarily supposed to happen the way it did. And so Tamura Morrison was not necessarily in the best shape for it, but he looked fat and he was like, I need to do some push-ups. I need to do some sit-ups. I need to get rid of this. He took it as motivation.
Yeah. I mean, fat shaming works. It's the whole point behind it. It shames people into actually getting in shape and all of that. So it's a positive thing.
Eric Stratton for 777. Jeremy, I'm very disappointed in your grift. Very. You missed a chance to send a person a video Jay as he stumbles through his time with Gina.
Go ahead. My grifting's I don't know, hit or miss lately, but overall pretty positive.
Luis Cuevas for 5. Gary's video's back. I just got paid and just found out I'm a G&G member. Praise Ara.
Praise Ara.
Luis.
Thank you.
Tobias Nexus for 5. Hey, now as a fur, we do not associate with those gamer words. Well, you do one way or the other. Gramcast. Let's see what we got here from Gramcast. And again, shout out to our Rumble audience. We got over 300 people watching over there.
And all those members. Look at all those members. I can't wait for them
a lot
to
of
get
member
gifties.
messages.
I can't wait to get gifties. We need gifties over on Rumble. And I'll just say, whether you're supporting us here on YouTube or on Rumble, it definitely matters. There might be some updates to conversations. Can update everyone on in a few weeks. We'll see. But people pay attention to the chat. They love seeing the chat and all the support we get. It matters. Each and every one of you matter. The memes matter. The emojis matter. The interactions matter. The super chats matter. The gifted memberships matter. Trust me, it all matters.
Todd Tyler says, Jeremy, stop saying gifties. It's a gamer word.
What?
It's a gamer word.
What's a gift? How the hell is that a gamer word?
Well, I think it means it's it's really gay for you to say gifties.
Oh, fuck that. I'll say gifties as long as it's as long as I'm not gonna get in trouble for it. Gifties, baby. That's what we've dropped.
It's a racial slur.
When somebody drops 50 gifted memberships, that's 50 gifties.
Bro, I forget what it was. There was some post somebody shared with me that it was the caption of Anakin saying hello Snips. And because obviously so many people have no idea what the fuck that means because they didn't watch Clone Wars or anything.
Yeah.
And someone explained it. They're like, that's actually a racial slur towards Troglodyans, right? This whole fucking troll is hilarious. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Dom H for 20. Oh, yeah, terrible last night. How's Beardo doing? You guys comfort him last night after the loss? Nope. Gonna be a long season for him. But thank you, Dom. Appreciate the support, man. Sorry about your Giants. Gramcast for 5. Greetings from Nashville, y'all. Bunch of salt-filled bozos messing with Gary's channel. Hell199. Keep it strong, boys. We will.
Will do.
Steiner Math for 5. Numbers don't lie are my pronouns. All my hoochies respect them. Thank you, Steiner Math. Wheezy Bird for 199. The Nami actress wears bras like Brie Larson, Ryan.
Nami actress. She's well casted. We'll just say that.
Emily Rudd.
Yeah, I don't know what else she's been in. Has she been in anything else?
Okay, she's 30 years old. Good. I was like, I have no idea who you're talking about, but like, I didn't want to make any comments. I have no idea how old these characters are supposed to be. Do you remember? Oh my God, Jeremy. Do you remember a stream with Uche when we were talking about Stranger Things? Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown. My God, Uche, we had to reel him in. I had to reel him in. Him and Drake were on the same page. Z Highness for $2. Ryan, read this. Onigiri. Did I say it right? I hope so. Chris Coran.
My favorite part was when Uche dropped back-to-back F slurs on Twitch stream during Call of Duty. He was so mad.
He didn't care.
And I called him afterwards. I was like, bro, you cannot say that on Twitch. Man, you don't understand, man. These motherfucking... And he kept... I was like, I get it. I get it. He was so mad. It was all for Call of Duty. He was so mad. He's like, I got you, dog. I got you, man. My bad. My bad.
Lord of the Ree for $5 on Rumble. There's apparently a Scooby-Doo voice. Rutro Raggy. Well, I mean, a rigger, Raggett. Thank you, Lord of the Ree. Appreciate it.
We're just reading super chats. We're just reading super chats.
Chris Cram for 2. The thing that will make Ryan happy is breadsticks, probably. Jay's saggy orangutan titties. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Ara. Help me, Opla. Help me, Opla Winfrey. There you go. CR for 5. Ryan, highly recommend Veggie Tales, the best anime I've ever seen. Great soundtrack, characters, and morals. I watched the shit out of Veggie Tales when I was a kid. The Argonath for 5. An orange you gotten scanned into the 199. Praise Ara. Grandmaster Chris for 199. Ahsoka's the Roman Reigns of Star Wars. Overrated.
Holy
they just
shit!
Keep pushing her.
That is a phenomenal comparison. Absolutely.
Ahsoka in the world between worlds. Acknowledge me.
That's a great comparison, actually.
Easy for £5. I seen Clone Wars and Rebels. Ahsoka's boring, except one person, and you don't get much. Yeah, and unfortunately, he passed away. Like Ray Stevenson's not going to be able to play that character anymore. Bashy Washy for 5. Chat, what the hell? Are we going to ignore Jeremy say quaddy rather than quote? Wait, what did you say, Jeremy?
It was when I was saying it was when I was going to say the Dennis Green thing, and I did mess up instead of quote. I said something else. I said quaddy or quaddy or something like that.
Quaddy, a famous man.
Oh man.
we got to talk about Disney really quick. Speaking of people that speak out of both sides of their mouths, let's talk about Disney. I don't
just the tip 5'9" just became a monthly supporter on Rumble.
Nice.
Let's freaking go.
Jeremy, I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but Bob Iger made a big announcement. After years of failure, after years of pushing woke ideology, box office bombs, streaming failures, can't get people to come to their theme parks, Bob Iger said, hey, maybe it's time to get back to entertainment. Disney CEO plans to quiet the noise in the culture war. Of course, this was from 2 days ago. That's when Bob Iger was, talking to people. He gave this quote to reporters. Unfortunately, something about this felt familiar to me. Something about Bob Iger saying, quiet the noise in the culture war, not getting involved and stuff like that. It rang a bell. And then I remembered this. It's the same fucking picture on the same damn site, by the way. Returning Disney CEO plans to quiet down culture war controversies. Insists woke themes are not political. This was from back in November.
Yep.
And since then, what have we seen? Oh, let's see. Disney CEO Bob Iger, those of us in position to influence laws, shape culture, have an extra responsibility to push gun control. Bob Iger compares the LGBTQ plus agenda to be as important as civil rights like Martin Luther King and to interfering in the Holocaust or intervening in the Holocaust. This is what Bob Iger said a year ago. He's saying the same fucking thing now, but all we've seen is an acceleration when it comes to the culture war at Disney. So it's fine to say this. And it's, again, just recognizing that they are in massive fucking trouble right now. But until they actually change, all it is lip service.
Yep, that's right. And this is such a nonsensical statement from him after all the other shit that he has said. And ultimately what this does is this proves us correct. This is what we have been saying for years and years and years. And the weirdo pronoun people have continued to deny that this was reality. What have we said? We have said that the people you're pandering to have no money. They don't support these things. They only go on social media and pretend to care about shit just because it gets them traction. But they don't actually support stuff with their money because they don't have any money. They don't have any money. You're talking about a bunch of people who have no ambition in life whatsoever. They have no work ethic whatsoever. They don't have any life skills. They just sit on social media and cry all day long about being fake victims. So it doesn't translate into money. Real fans actually go out there, and buy things, buy a lot of the toys, buy the comics, support a lot of the products that are based off of the shows and the movies and things like that. There's a reason that every time a G.I. Joe product comes out, it blows through the funding, yet Reva's lightsaber couldn't even it didn't even break 50%, did it? I don't think it broke 50% on the funding.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, there's a reason why Reva was going mega viral on Twitter and couldn't even break 50% on the funding or whatever it was, because these fucking weirdos don't actually support the products. So Bob Iger admitting this is hilarious. Now, I agree with Ryan. Just because he has said this, it doesn't mean anything. But at some point in time, they have to move into that position if they want to become profitable. They have to move away from the culture war and the pandering to the left and start making good products again, or they will not survive the long run. And the long run would have to mean the next 10 years, 15 years, or whatever. It's not like Disney's going away tomorrow if they don't turn things around. Disney has infrastructure that just goes on and on and on. But this is not a sustainable model if they don't stop the bleeding right now, and they are certainly bleeding. It's funny to watch it all play out.
Yeah, it's just, I couldn't believe when I saw that headline and people were like, looks like they're going to change.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah,
bro, do you not remember? As soon as it said quiet down the culture, I was like, I fucking remember this. What are we talking about here? We'll believe it when we see it, Bob. That's all we can say.
Yep. Over on Rumble, we have I don't know how you say that one. Glisicic. Is that how you say that? Glisicic?
I don't know. Glossich.
Glossicic. Anyway, thanks for reminding me to switch over to YouTube, or switch over from YouTube. Thank you. And dude, this is somebody in our chat that's just screaming at everybody on Rumble. Oh, I've seen that account on YouTube before. It says stop giving them their money.
That's
Geeks Gamers
MCU
needs to
fan.
die. It does look like MCU fan. The way it's talking does seem like MCU fan, but it's spamming a lot over on Rumble. Is that MCU fan? That's got to be MCU fan.
Vault 95 Survivor for $1. Disney giving up on the culture war. Rumble and X telling UK Parliament to fuck off. Gavin Newsom's kids are watching Jordan Peterson videos. What did Trump call it in 2015? Winning, winning, winning.
Winning, winning, winning.
Garfield's Bizarre Adventure member for 7 months. Hey guys, what would you consider to be the best video game movie? I still consider Mortal Kombat 95 the best one. Best fight song, period.
The best video game movie. I mean, it's probably, for me, it's probably Mario, and I don't think Mario was a masterpiece like I had thought it could have been. It was a good movie, not a great
Turismo.
Movie. I like Gran Turismo a lot,
which was dominating the box office.
Hey, made $100 million.
Okay.
What was the budget?
Let's see.
My
guess is around 60 million. $60 million is exactly what it is. So flop.
So yeah, it doubled its budget. Let's go.
Well, yeah, that's how people do math for Disney movies. That's true. That's how they do math for those Disney movies.
I do think Gran Turismo is an excellent movie for sure. I know that there was some argument of like, is this really a video game movie? If you watch it, while it is based off a real life story, they intertwine enough gaming themes into it, and I think it definitely is justified as a gaming movie. But listen, man, I haven't seen it in a long time, so I probably have to watch it again, but I really liked Street Fighter, the movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I really liked that movie back in the day. I don't know if you remember that one, Ryan.
I mean, I've seen it at some point, like on TV or whatever, but I don't have a ton of like specific recollections of it.
Yeah, it's a bad movie, but I like it a lot. Same with like the Mortal Kombat movies, especially the second one. It's a bad movie, but I liked it. But you know what's funny is I liked the video game based on the movie that was based on the video games. They made a Street Fighter video game based on the Street Fighter movie that was based off the Street Fighter video game.
Endless cycle. I miss the like mid 2000s where every single TV show and movie had a video game accompany it. You know?
Yeah.
Like some of them were dog shit, but I really liked them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gary's Beard Crabs for 2. Do we have numbers on the episode that was in theaters? No idea. No idea on the Anakin episode. And you know, the Nielsen ratings, as they get more episodes, will likely continue to go up, which is, you know, typically what we see, because there's more of a back catalog for people to rewatch during that week. But it's going to be very tough unless they provide us the specific numbers for episode specific viewing minutes, which they have the capability to sometimes. That's how we got that Mando number. We're not going to be able to tell, but I'd have to imagine it got a bump. It would be wild for me to think it didn't get a bump with the return of Anakin, but I honestly have no idea. EZ 007 for 5. Disney have graped everything they've touched since the 90s, all been pounded into dust. Gabriel Knight for 5. HBO canceling Winning Time after 2 seasons. Can't help but laugh that a show called Winning Time ends with the Lakers losing to the Celtics in '84. Yeah, I've heard good things about it, but I guess there just wasn't enough of an audience. Sandstorm for 2. Diggin' the tea. Love the preamble to the Constitution. Diggin' the tea. Digging the tea. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But thank you, Sandstorm. I appreciate you.
Sandstorm. What's up, Sandstorm?
Mm-hmm.
Sandstorm's awesome.
Digging
the tea t-shirt. Your t-shirt.
Oh, t-shirt. Mine. Oh,
yeah.
I was like, what are you? Okay, we the people, in order to form a more perfect union. I'm
always.
Like, I have no idea what you're talking. I didn't even know I threw this shirt on today. But yes. In order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and something to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution of these United States of America. Something like that. That's about how the preamble goes. I missed a couple words.
Ryan, do you want me to make you sad?
I already am.
No, I'm going to make you even sadder. Gonna make you even sadder. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 ends its domestic run, earning $172 million, one of the biggest flops of the year.
I said it.
I know.
It's knew this
so
like
sad.
from the second weekend. It was clear, which sucks. I love the movie.
Dead Reckoning is the Titanfall 2 of movies. That's it. Dead Reckoning is the Titanfall 2 of movies.
Like, obviously, so it had a big international. Like, I think it's probably around 600 million worldwide, but it's nowhere close to it. And the same way with Disney movies, you have to look at this shit. They spent $291 million on the production budget for this movie. And then obviously with such a big international split, you got to factor that into because they're going to get less at the box office. And it was nowhere close. It needed to get $900 million to break even and wasn't even close. Sucks.
Nope. It does. Movie was fantastic. I don't think it was the best Mission Impossible or anything like that, but it was a damn good movie. Damn good time watching it. I loved it. But it's definitely a massive flop, and there's no other way to look at it other than it's a flop. And
I think it's a mistake by Tom Cruise. He's the one that didn't want to move and was willing to go up against Barbie and Oppenheimer. In reality, it would have been had an easier time going up against Indiana Jones. But 6 months ago, I don't know if people could have necessarily made those predictions. But yeah, not good.
Oppenheimer pushing 9 to 950 is seriously one of the craziest things I've ever seen. I really, really never saw that coming. Like, I guess I know I'd hinted about, I was like, hey, I remember having a conversation with you, and I'm like, do you think there's any chance? This is before it came out, but after I saw the movie, and again, I loved the movie. I loved it. I thought it was phenomenal. But after I saw it, I thought there's no way this movie's going to make big money because it's not normie friendly at all. You know what I mean? It's a 3-hour biopic rated R. And now it's the highest grossing biopic ever. And it's the second highest grossing rated R movie ever behind The Joker. That is crazy. That is insane. And it probably won't hit $1 billion. It doesn't matter, though. It's probably going to end around $950 million worldwide. That is fucking crazy.
Chikara for 50. We got Beardo into a tank top yesterday. Soon we'll have shirtless cooking with Beardo. Shouldn't you fine gents get in the Friday mood as well? You can go pay all you want for that. Thank you, Chikara. Ginger Beard for 2. Disney's Star Wars is dead. You're not wrong. D. Wiley, new market for 5. Love the channel. I'm new here. Can you explain what 199 means?
199 was a comment made by a troll, but they were trying to say 1999. If you go to my pinned post on Twitter, you can see it. Ryan decided to highlight the comment. He will forever regret that moment probably for the rest of his life, but it was one of the greatest things that's ever happened to the Geeks and Gamers community. But yeah, so the 199 represents G&G, the G&G fandom, the G&G community. We are the 199, and the fans basically took that typo and turned it into what it is now, which represents all of G&G, and it's the best thing ever.
Yes, the best. Istophobic for 2. Can't stop thinking about Ryan's big white monster. I really fucking could use an energy drink right now. So thank you, Istophobic. Al Favor. Morning from Tampa, y'all. Titanfall 2 is great, but coming in late is hard. Get smoked constantly for a while. Yes. Big learning curve. Praise be Ra for 2. Titanfall 2. Well, see you after I'm done playing. Axel Jessen for 5. Ahsoka's been brought back from the dead so much, just call her Sheezus. Taker for 2. Ryan, blue. He's blue. Watch Mahler's short. Yeah, I saw Mahler's review. Dante Rage for 2. Smooth Brains writing for Thrawn equals Downsy Goldfish. Dr. Quagsire for 2. Hype for Acolyte. Kill the remaining fans. Bet. I can't wait for Acolyte. Lord Baratheon for 5. I've seen people say Thrawn at this point in time is an old man. I mean, he would be in his late 60s or around 70, but that doesn't mean that he lets himself go. The man's been in fucking exile for 10 years. He should be skinny. He shouldn't have been chowing down. He's in a fucking survival mindset for the last 10 years. It's such fucking bullshit. And no amount of these people doing their own fucking explaining or in their headcanon as to why Thrawn's, none of it makes sense. He looks like shit. Just fucking admit it. Anyway,
and there you have it.
Stickle Jana for 199. Will there be any Mario Wonder streams? I don't know what that means.
Super Mario Wonder. It's a new Mario game.
A new RPG coming out or something?
No. Side scroller. Super Mario Wonder. It's a new side scroller. 2D side scroller Mario game. I think the game looks fantastic. So yeah, I would like to stream it if possible. I'm very much looking forward to that game. So I think it's gonna be good. I'm glad we're getting a 2D Mario game. I mean, 2D Metroid Dread's one of my favorite games of all time. That's just me. I'm a retro gamer, so having a 2D Mario game right up my alley.
Praise be Ara for 5. I foresee a new Geeks Gamers channel called TF2. I don't know about that. Jay's gaping butthole for 5. Did you guys see Thrawn is blue? I Vadered almost as hard when I saw the red lightsaber. Vadered real hard over Titanfall 2. Ooh wee. Have you seen that, Jeremy?
That wasn't it
Grace?
Grace, yeah, where she said I Vadered.
Oh,
yeah,
he Vadered. He Vadered.
Yeah. What was it in reference to again?
Probably Anakin switching back and forth, like the flashes of Vader. That's what I think. He Vadered.
We need to get that as a clip on this channel right now.
No, we don't.
Yes.
Have you watched Mahler's video?
I will, but I haven't.
He goes pretty hard.
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes, right? And about a 45-minute.
Yeah, it's a pretty short Mahler video.
Yeah. It's a short Mahler video. Yeah.
Steiner Math for 5. MCU fan. I know you live with your mom, so if the walls are rattling, your mom's screaming, it's just that big bad booty daddy's in town. Thanks, Steiner Math. Sophie for 2. But seriously,
I read the Rumble chat. Like this Switch account.
Yeah.
Like you got to slow down on you are gotta like you're getting close to spamming, but I like the fact that the chat's beating the fuck out of you. But it says Switch EOS says I don't even like guys. LOL. I'm a trans lesbian.
Yeah, it's Sophie for 2. But seriously, watch the vids, Jeremy. Posting of my own soon. Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you, Sophie. Thank you.
Tobias Nexus, how does member gifting work on Rumble? I'd watch over there despite YouTube, but my payment stuff is linked to Google for here. I don't think they have it yet.
They don't have gifted memberships yet. I think they're working on it. And again, I'll just say, like, whether it's a YouTube, specifically, I had a conversation with someone that they were talking about how well our chat does on YouTube, whether it's D-Day Cobra or Geeks and Gamers, with the super chats and memberships and all of that. And people pay attention to that. So I appreciate you guys.
Gramcast for 2. I knew Ahsoka was a total snipper. The hard R. Sir Hat for 5. They want to make Nami manga accurate. They need to pad her bra another cup size every season. Okay. Dante Rage for 2.
That's true. It's true. Like in the later seasons, Nami in the anime. Yeah. Headlights.
Dante Rage for 2. Johnny Cage hitting Goro in the nuts was peak MK1. Carlos Estrada, member for 2 months. Goblin Slayer season 2 next month. Will Jeremy Reiner review it? Best Goblin is Dead Goblin. Let None Survive. Season 1's 12 episodes plus a movie. Also, Opla. Jay's gaping butthole for 2. Hair ara. It's blue. It's red. Colors. Jeremy Gay. Eric John Pizza Artist for 199. Grand Admiral Yawn. Solomon Kane, member for 3 months. Hail and shout out to Grizzly Shill Videos. Thank you. And we got a couple. Lord of the Switch EOS is a rigger ragged. Thank you. And we're all caught up.
Holy crap. Whether it's MCU fan getting I don't know. Like I'm starting to think that Switch EOS is not MCU fan. It is different. There's a lot of different insults towards me over there. I've seen like I don't know, man. It's hard to tell, but maybe MCU fans smarter than I thought. I don't know. But either way, you guys
uncensored.
Yeah. But you guys are the best. I appreciate it. Switch, the only way you're gonna get banned is if you keep spamming. Like if you just have like 7 comments back to back to back, or we're not gonna keep letting that happen. But you can talk shit, you can run your mouth, that's fine, but don't spam. That's all. Just don't spam. That's it. That's all you gotta do. But anyway, yeah, so I got Cobra Cast tonight, and we got Friday Night Tights tonight over on Nerdrotics channel. We've got potentially a Titanfall 2 stream. What do you got going on, Ryan?
Making videos. That's it.
You like making videos, Ryan?
Not particularly, but I do it.
But yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys so much. Bashy, screw you, Jeremy. You can quote me on that. What up, Bashy Washy? My butt's been wiped for $2. MCU guys, a bad dude, and can wipe his own butt too. He's a bad dude. He's a bad dude. Sir Hat for 2 says Shield Hero also comes out. What did it say? So it comes back next season. So, all right, guys, we appreciate it.
Make sure we haven't plugged in a while. Meta PCs. Make sure to go check out Meta PCs. I think throughout the rest of September, they actually have a deal where the discounts that you guys get for using our codes, either Geeks or 199, those are actually increased discounts for those codes for the rest of the month. So go check out Meta PCs. Those guys are awesome. Link in the description below.
Absolutely. And like I said, we're not fully really ready to roll it out, but if you are interested in supporting us directly on the website, we do have the support link over there. Go to the website. You'll see it on the very top. It says support. And anything you give, whether that's $1 or whether that's $10,000, it obviously will help, and it will help go towards us continuing to fund projects and rebuild the website and kind of whatever else that we're looking to do to kind of level up the 199. So please go over there to the website, check that out, and still kind of testing out the functionality of it. So I'll keep you guys posted on that, and I'll give you a quick update tonight on Cobra Cast as well. But all right, Aurora Uplink says, I'm psyched. I feel like Disney is using advice I sent them regarding some changes, and hope they use hang on. I hope they use the advice on the opening of the title, or on the opening of Little Mermaid.
I believe it.
Hey,
Aurora,
you never know. Jay's gave him butthole. I say butthole. Butthole says mention Titanfall 2. Well, I haven't talked about Titanfall 2 all stream, but Titanfall 2 is, in my opinion, the greatest first-person shooter ever made, greatest online multiplayer ever made. It also has a fantastic campaign, and it's back. And we're going to be playing the hell out of the game on PC. So if you're interested in joining the 199 Clan Battalion over on Titanfall 2, feel free to do that. And we're going to be playing the hell out of that game a lot. So that's the first time I've mentioned Titanfall 2. But yep. I love it.
Doug B, member for 11 months, getting my Meta PC tomorrow. Hell yes, Doug. Thank you, man.
That's awesome.
Yo Pops for 2, Marvel Cinematic Christoverse fan. And then Sir Hat for 2, Shield Hero also comes back next season. There we go.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. The best chat on the internet. We love you. We appreciate you. Have a great day. Shout out to the Rumble audience. You're the best. Shout out to the YouTube audience. You're the best. We love you guys. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone.